Now, Sam, please join us for a presentation for the proclamation of Sam Perlozzo Week in Allegheny County. Come on up.
This is very South Endish, isn't it?
There you are. And this is an official proclamation from us, and it says, whereas Samuel Benedict Perlozzo, native of Allegheny County, was raised in Cumberland, respected as a natural athlete, and was a baseball and football star at Bishop Walsh, Perlozzo was awarded a full baseball scholarship to the George Washington University in Washington, D.C., excelled there during his college years, was an academic All-American, led the nation in stolen bases, and was named to the baseball team's MVP. Perlozzo graduated from George Washington in 1973, was inducted in the GW Athletic Hall of Fame in 1986, and on George Washington's Sports Executive Hall of Fame in 2007. Perlozzo made his Major League debut on September 13, 1977, with the Minnesota Twins. Due to physical injuries, he played his last Major League game as a San Diego Padre on September 13, 1979. Described as a solid baseball man, very good committed baseball professional, Perlozzo joined the Baltimore Orioles in 1996 as third base coach and became bench coach in 2001. A dream come true, the pinnacle of Perlozzo's professional baseball career was being named manager of the Orioles, the leadership position he held from August 2005 to June of 2007. Perlozzo coached three All-Star games and 2 World Series. He was the third base coach in the 1990 World Series champion Cincinnati Reds. The Reds swept the World Series in 4 games over the defending champs and heavily favored Oakland A's. Perlozzo is a record 6-time winner of the top award given by the Dapper Dan Club of Allegheny County, the George W. Stevenson Nicholas A. Perlozzo Memorial Award. Perlozzo has declared, "I love the game," and brought and continues to bring positive national media attention to Allegheny County. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners, wish to highly commend Mr. Samuel Benedict Perlozzo. The highlight of his life proclaimed the first week of 2017 baseball season, Sunday, April 2nd through Saturday, April 8th, is Sam Perlozzo Week in Allegheny County, and encourage all individuals to reflect on his achievements and contributions to our county. And that's signed Creed Brody, Bill Valentine, Jake Shake. Congratulations.
If you could turn the seal towards us, please. Thank you. Everyone's welcome to come up for photos. Thank you.
Sam, sorry, please get family up here and get a picture.
Beth.
Neil, come on. Come on, everybody.
Come on, Lily.
She's not shy.
Oh, no.
Here, I'll hold you. Please, hey,
Linda and Anna, come on.
come on, come on.
Everybody.
Around my side.
Come on, baby.
Maybe I'll, okay.
Come on, Bobby.
I've been waiting 25 years to get my picture with Frank. You want to scoot in here next to...
I think we got one good one, maybe.
Hope John Loft has a telescopic lens on that phone.
This one? Yes. Do you remember?
Lily.
Come back, baby.
Big. Give one just for us for it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, Munchkin.
Yeah.
Here, happy I'll hold you.
Come on up here. Oh, jeez. Better take them quick.
I take as quick as our old camera goes, I'll tell you. Okay. We have photoshopped. Thank you.
I was in a little better shape a few years ago.
Here you go. Got it?
Where are we going?
Go ahead.
To the podium, sir.
To the podium.
To the guest of honor position.
To the unveiling.
All to the unveiling. Go for it.
Okay.
Come on, Jay. Stay to the script.
You want to unveil? Go ahead.
Let's do the unveiling. How about that? We're going down.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to see this.
Next to Leo.
A younger picture, brother.
What color was my hair? About 70 wins a season made it look like this. That's nice. Very nice.
Yep, perfect.
What was this?
Congratulations, please.
I got a few notes here, but first of all, I'd like to thank you commissioners and anyone that had part in that. That's really nice. I mean, I joined a little bit of good company, I see. This guy right here next to me, I lured away from the Atlanta Braves, and then he messed up everything in Baltimore. We all know pitching is everything, right? But that's, you know, I look back and I see South End out here, don't I? Everyone's from South End. I know there's a couple of guys in here that got some names that they took the vowels away, but I know there's some vowels that Hardini. You know, I look at this recognition and I can't tell you how much that means to you. You really can't in the long run. And Beth and I were talking about it on the way up, and I said, you know, that's not really my recognition totally. You know, I was born and raised here. I go back to my folks, Nick and Rose. We all know Nick and Rose. You know, Dad was, he was constantly with me, always told me, get your elbow up, boy, get your elbow up. That was the extent of my coaching type stuff. And now that's all I tell players, don't put your elbow up, don't put your elbow up. But he was there all the time. My folks, you know, you get your values and who you are by the people that you hang with and the people that raise you. And, you know, I wish Mom and Dad were here, but I got a lot of people out here that aided in whatever I am. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I think we did pretty good. So, you know, my family, my kids, Lily, they're the people that made me, you know, who I am. I had choices to make, and I made choices for those people, you know, because they were the stone that I needed as I grew as a person. So when I look at all that and I go, you know, it's a great recognition, and I really am impressed with the way things are. But I share this with each and every one of you out there, and I thank you dearly. It all started when I was in the Little League. I used to put on my uniform and walk around. I used to walk around town, you know, out by the house. I had my Little League uniform on. I really thought I was cool. And you know what? I probably was pretty cool when it comes to times like that. You know, there was nothing better than putting your uniform on and walking around, letting people see you. You thought you were, you know, just to catch me out. And I got into that baseball. Dad got me in there when I was 7, pushed me, took care of me, and turned out to be a better football player in high school than anything else. And here I am with the baseball. But so it's most definitely a recognition that is shared. Can't say enough about how much I care for everyone here and love you. I spent 44 years, I think I've been in professional baseball. 44. And in '73, I had my first job as I was drafted by signed by the Minnesota Twins. And I've come full circle with Minnesota. I'm with Minnesota Twins right now. I'm the base running infield coordinator for the Twins in the minor leagues. So I started with Minnesota. I'm here with Minnesota now. Maybe end with them, who knows. But back in '77, I was called up to the major leagues as a September call-up. And as you may or may not know, probably don't know, my major claim to fame as a 1 month, 2 month player at the major league level. In 1977, it was the last game of the season. And it was the year Rod Carew, I don't know, people, some of you people should know who Rod Carew is. He was a 7-time American League batting champion. So we're going into the last game of the season. Gene Mock is our manager. He puts a lineup card on. It's Lyman Bostock. If you ever heard of Lyman Bostock, he had 199 hits. He needed 1 for 200. I hit second. I'm like, oh my God. Rod Carew hit third. He needs 1 RBI for 100. He's got 99 RBIs. So first thing in my mind was like, boy, oh boy, you better get this bunt down when Lyman gets a hit so Carew can get a knock. Well, lo and behold, Lyman goes 0 for. No hits. I'm like 0 for 3. Come in the dugout, and Gene Mock, the manager, comes over and he says, come here, Sam. He says, would you watch the pitcher? He says it was a left-hander that when he throws a split finger, and when he would push his fingers in to split, he'd flare his glove out like this. So if he doesn't flare it, it's a fastball. So you can sit fastball. I'm like, oh, I wanted to say, could you told me before I went up to first? Did you have to be over 3? So lo and behold, I get the hit. And sure enough, no flare, sit on a heater, hit a ball off the left center field wall. I got it standing up triple. Rod Carew comes up, bang, base hit. So there's my claim to fame. Rod Carew, his 100th RBI. That was my special. And he owed me dinner for like 20 years. I finally got it 2 years ago. So it was 44 years. I haven't spent it was like, until I got fired in Baltimore, I hadn't spent a summer at home since 1973. And we all go out, you go away on vacation, right? Your wife goes away, your husband goes away, it's 3 days, you can't take it, right? Wish you'd come back home. That's where I am, back home right now. But you go for a week, I miss him so much he comes back. I left home for 7 to 8 months for 40-some years. And when I came home to Cumberland, when I came home, I was glad to get home. This was home. I was playing in all these major league cities, but when I came home, this is where I wanted to be. Someone says, let's go someplace else. I spent all my time away. I want to be home. So it was 40-some years of that, and I appreciate the fact that you all go away, but I want you to know it was a sacrifice. I loved it dearly, but when it was time to come home, I was ready to come home, and that's where I am again today. I put 20, let's see, how did we say it? I had 26 consecutive years at the major league level. 26 consecutive, then I missed a year, and now I can't get back. It happens. If you'd have told me that a long time ago, I would have taken the 26 without a doubt. So it's been a real crazy ride for me. I've enjoyed it almost every minute of it. Done some things that come out of, I go back and say, look, I'm a little boy from Cumberland, Maryland. I'm an Allegheny County kid. And I spent, if you'd have told me I was going to do those things, I got to go to cities, I got to coach in World Series, I got a couple World Series rings, something that the best players in the game never get a chance to do, that retire without ever having experience of a World Series. And I was actually in 2 of them. So I can't tell you how much, when we won the World Series in '90, all I wanted to do was come home. I wanted to see the people at home. I wanted to strut down, not down Cincinnati in a parade, I love that, but what really meant a lot to me was coming home. I wanted to strut down the streets of Cumberland, Maryland and say, we did this. We did this. It wasn't me, it was we. And I think if you take that kind of an attitude in your life, everything will go along great. I will say, finally, I won't run on this here, you got a meeting. I've been with, what did we say, 6, 7, I've been with the Twins, the Padres, the Mets, the Reds, the Mariners, the O's, the Phillies, and even Japan. I gotta tell you one thing. Every one of those teams fired me. But I've yet to get fired coming home.
Kelly, the baseball game, knew the players, knew all their names. You could see her there every day, shout hooray when they played. Her boyfriend by the name of Joe said, to Coney Isle, dear, we'll go. Then Nellie started to fret and pout, and to him I heard her shout, hey, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Blanchard, good hitting Oakland third baseman, and Myers bringing it. And the pitch is hit in the air, foul, off first, Benzinger backing and calling. And the 1990 World Championship belongs to the Cincinnati Reds. As you might expect, they pile out of the dugout. They are jumping up and high-fiving. All smiles as Lou Piniella and his coaching staff break out of the dugout, gloves and caps all over the infield. The Cincinnati Reds have done the absolute improbable by defeating the club considered to be the best in Major League Baseball, and they've done it in a 4-game series sweep.
I've done a lot of clinics over the past several years. One of the things parents talk to me most about is having their kid throw over the top. They say they throw sidearm. How do I get him to throw over the top? I'm Sam Perlozzo from Inside Baseball and give you a little drill on how we do that. What we want to do is break this thing down into segments. Very easy, basic segments. So if your son or daughter is having a little trouble throwing overhand, we want to get the ball out here like this. We just tell them to stand like this, hold the ball out here, because that's the angle we want to throw, not from down here. You say he throws from here, but we want him to throw up here. So we'll just put your son or daughter right here like this, put the ball in their hands, and just tell them, throw the ball. So they get used to throwing the ball from this angle, not doing anything else. Then, after they master that for about 10 throws or whatever, however long it takes, we say, okay, you're going to have to step with your left foot. So we put our left foot out in front of us like this. We put our ball up in this angle, and we throw, because that's the angle we're going to try to do it. We're going to eventually get out here. So we just set this up here, throw. Left foot's out. Okay, now we want to advance it just a little bit more in the next segment. And we say, okay, he knows he goes like this and throws. That's right. So now we're just going to do it. We're going to put it up, step, and throw now. We're going to actually step and throw. Hold the ball up, step, and throw in one motion. Now they have that very simple thing, not at a long distance. You just want to get them the feel of being able to do that. Now you're going to tell them, okay, ball's in your glove. You're going to be pull it out, step, and throw all in one motion. And then you have the entire throwing motion all done, starting from very simple step in order to show someone how to get better. They have to know what it feels like before they can learn.